Important matter for RRB Steno skill test. Speed 90 WPM. Be ready. 5 seconds. Mr. Speaker Sir, I rise to present the railway budget for 1956-57, the first year of the second 5-year plan. I shall first outline the financial picture of the Indian Railways as it has emerged from the completed accounts of the previous year. Gross traffic receipts for 1954-55 actually amounted to 286 crores, recording an improvement of 3.98 crores on the revised estimate, mainly under goods earnings. Ordinary working expenses came to 205 crores, the increase of 3.1 crores on the revised estimate being due mainly to heavier expenditure on repairs and maintenance and an increase under suspense with a saving of about 1.7 crores under miscellaneous expenditure and other minor variations. The surplus rose to 9 crores against the revised estimate of 6 crores, and the entire amount was credited to the development fund. Turning now to the current year, the traffic trends which showed signs of improvement towards the end of last year have continued to be encouraging. Passenger traffic has improved by about 7% in terms of passenger miles, with heavy traffic on account of marriage parties, the Indian Industries Fair, etc. And the revised estimate of passenger earnings has now been placed at 108 crores against 104 crores in the budget. An increase of 2 crores is also anticipated under other coaching earnings, mainly on parcels traffic. There has been a substantial increase in goods traffic in spite of interruptions during the year due to the severe floods in the north and cyclones in the east and the south. The revised estimate of goods earnings has therefore been placed at 180 crores, which is 16 crores more than the budget. With an improvement of 50 lakhs is sundry earnings and variations in suspense, the total gross traffic receipts for the current year are now estimated at 314.1 crores. There is a corresponding increase of about 7 crores under ordinary working expenses. About 3/5 of this increase is on repairs and maintenance, which partly reflects the heavy damage done by floods and cyclones, and partly the increase in repairs to rolling stock and machinery arising out of the higher level of traffic and increased out turn from the shops. The rest of the increase is mostly under operational demands and generally reflects the increase in the tempo of activity on the railways in the process of gearing up for the big effort that they will be called upon to make during the second 5-year plan, which even in the reduced scale is nearly 3 times as heavy as the first 5-year plan. It is proposed to increase the contribution to the depreciation reserve fund from the budgeted figure of 35 crores to 45 crores for special reasons which I shall explain presently. There is an increase of 1 crores in miscellaneous expenditure mainly due to a larger allotment for open line works chargeable to revenue and sundry increases under surveys and miscellaneous establishments. The net result of all these variations is that the surplus is now expected to be 9.58 crores against the budget estimate of 7.14 crores. It is proposed to appropriate this increase of 2.44 crores to the development fund. In recent years, naturally the railway budget has increasingly been influenced by the progress of the 5-year plan. Not only does it register the progress in the railway segment of the plan, it also reflects to a degree the effects of the rest of the plan on railway extensions and improvements. It will therefore be appropriate before proceeding to the budget estimates for 1956-57 to refer briefly to the implementation of the first 5-year plan on railways that is now coming to an end, and the magnitude and implications of the second 5-year plan that is due to commence in the next financial year.